We've heard talks about people going to courts and how they're trying to, nullify that election. You think they have a case?
Is that right? You cannot determine whether anybody has a case or not. It is only the court that can decide and determine whether you have a strong case or not. Nobody, not a senator, not even a president, nobody can, determine or decide whether anybody has any strong case or not. So it will be the court to determine that one. And so I want to believe that going to court is a matter of simple personal decision. You have your right to go to court at any point in time on any matter at all. So I think they've just done the right thing if they want to go to court to challenge the outcome of the result, yes.
A lot of people have given Senate President Bukola Saraki a lot of credit for his politicking, which he supposedly learned from his father and has taken to another level. He joined forces with the PDP members who all voted or who were all in support of him, and of course a few other APC senators. And then for the first time in our history, at least in this current dispensation, we've had the president and Senate president elected from two different parties. I mean, we've had that before, but that was when Tambuwal defected. Yes. So this is the first time that sort of an arrangement has happened, and people are not sure what to make of it. There's insinuations now that the APC might close ranks again and become united again and might impeach Ekweremadu and put their person in. Do you see that scenario playing out?
Well, it's really going to be a little difficult, to be very honest with you.
They have the numbers to impeach him.
Oh, well, what do you mean by numbers? Because before they can impeach him, they need approximately about 73 members.
They have 64, I think.
Oh, it is not 73. They need approximately 73 members of the Senate to impeach him.
Deals can be cut anywhere.
Well,
deals were cut before.
It could happen, but I want you to know that Ekweremadu, is no mean politician anywhere at all. He's a veteran as well. And that's why he's able to also come back as the Deputy Senate President. To be Deputy Senate President is no joke. And so I think he's also, should I say, heavyweight now. And that's exactly why I think he's been able to come back as Deputy Senate President. Well, I know that politicians have their way, no doubt about it. But it's really going to be a tough job for anybody to impeach either the Senate President or the Deputy Senate President. And that's why you don't get that happen
as often anymore.
Exactly, exactly.
There was a time when it was the norm. But let's look at the relationship now with the Senate President and Mr. President. Mr. President has always said that he would not interfere in the elections. He didn't care who was elected. As long as they elect someone unanimously or as long as they close ranks and decide on who their leader will be, he would work with the person. Now, a lot of people have said a lot of things about the Senate President and how, he's very ambitious and how he might be a problem or a thorn in the flesh of Buhari going forward because he has his eye on 2019. How do you think this relationship is going to pan out?
To be very honest with you, I think as Nigerians, we are always too forward somehow, or many of us are always, we are always too forward. Somebody has got an ambition for 2019, he hasn't declared that yet to anybody. I've not had that myself. And so I don't think it is nice or appropriate to start talking about 2019 when the job of 2015 has not even started. Yes. Because as far as I'm concerned, the Senate has not even started any job. And it's only the president who has started, and then even some people are still saying, oh no, this start is slow or something. I don't know if they want the president to be a magician. But I know that 2019 is still very far away. And then I believe that we should take it a step at a time. This is a very important time in our life, our national life. And then we should just support our leaders, pray for them, keep faith with them, and then hope that Nigeria will be a great country that we all are going to be proud of.
Yeah, interesting. I think for me the interesting part is he's been a governor and now he's Senate President. So he's been in executive office and now he's in legislative office. So he should know how the dynamics work, and we are looking forward to that space to see how everything turns out. Let's look at the House of Representatives now. Their own election was slightly different. All members were around. Motions were moved for nominations, and the non-APC candidate ended up winning, Honorable Dogara, who is now the Speaker of the House of Representatives. So it was a lot less controversial, even though the PDP also closed ranks with that camp of the APC and voted en masse for Honorable Dogara. But at least everybody was in attendance and the election looked fairer. Yeah. Now, looking across board now, what does this say about APC and their decisions going forward?
Yes. Now, this one, I don't think is really about party affairs now, to be very honest with you. The way I look at it is about the fact that some people believe that certain people can deliver, one. And then some people also believe that, okay, going forward, we need to elect leaders that we believe in. I mean, it's just the simple truth. If you look at the election, I think I really love that very session, at that very moment that honorable members were asked to come and cast their ballots and all that. And at the end of the day, just by 8 votes, Honorable Digara won. Very, very close. I mean, it's very interesting to see such elections, especially in our present democracy. But then the truth is that I believe that APC would know how to actually close ranks. They would know how to settle their matters.
But it doesn't look like they are. There's a lot of things happening in the media. We're hearing about sanctions, and they are still insisting on the sanctions, and we don't know what these sanctions will be. I mean, when you make statements like that, yes, how do you think those members of your party will take it?
It's part of the politicking. To be very honest with you, it's part of the politicking. I know that the new speaker now is not going to sleep. He's going to be moving around. He's going to be holding talks. And then even, I mean, they've said this over and over again, that they're going to make sure they talk to the other members and the other senators on the other side, or, you know, in the other camps, and then they are really going to close ranks, and then they work together for the betterment of this nation. And I think that's exactly what any reasonable person would do in this circumstance. And so I do not think that it's going to linger on for so long. I'm very, very sure as politicians, you see no permanent friends, no permanent enemies. And then, you know, it's just a game of numbers one and then interest. And so they are really going to do everything. I believe that the new speaker, the new Senate president, they will be working around the clock now to ensure that they bring together the entire house, you know, or their respective houses, and then, you know, close ranks and then become friends again to with their members. I think they will do that now. So I don't think it's going to linger on for too long.
The 7th Assembly had caught a lot of flack from Nigerians for being too slow with how they operated, with passing the budget, you know, with passing bills, so much so that a couple of days before the 7th Assembly was dissolved, they passed a number of bills in 10 minutes. You know, it was quite interesting for a lot of people to read. What do you think these leaders are going to be bringing this time? Do you expect anything different? I mean, we'll have a lot of new senators, a lot of new House of Representative members in both houses. Do you think things are going to be different, or all of this is just going to be interesting at the beginning and then we'll go back to the usual pace?
I don't think it's just going to be good at the beginning and then we'll go back to the usual pace. I don't think so. Because now Nigerians are more aware of their rights.
But Nigerians are not in the Senate.
So
what are we supposed to be
doing? Nigerians are watching closely now, very closely now. And then if a fresh senator doesn't deliver, he's risking, you know, his chances of going back there. Because every senator now who is there on a fresh platform would really want to come back again. That's the trend. And so if you do not deliver, or the people do not see you as somebody who is delivering or who is likely to deliver, then you are not likely to get back there. And then I think Nigerians are more aware of their rights, one. They are more aware of their political situation. They are more interested in government and the way they are governed. And that's why, even from the last election, you see that the enthusiasm was just too overwhelming. And then they were waiting for the best. And then they said, oh no, we are really going to ensure that this is the person that we want. And so you see that they are really watching. Nigerians are watching with keen interest. And so they want to know what the senators would do, what the House of Representative members would do, the kind of bills, especially the PIB, the Petroleum Industry Bill. They're watching. They're watching seriously. So I do not think it's going to be business as usual.
What do you want to see?
I look forward to an amazing session. Or should I say amazing sessions on the floor of the Senate and on the floor of the House of Representatives. We need bills that will address critical moments of our national life. We need bills that will enhance our democracy and our democratic structures. We need bills that will put food on the table of the common man, because we cannot continue this way. We really need change, indeed. And now that the change has come, we are calling on all our senators, all our House of Representative members to do all within their legal framework, all within their powers, to ensure that food is placed on the table of every Nigerian. We need good educational sector. We need infrastructural development. We need a lot of things. They know all these things. They know all these things. And then they should be closer to the grassroots. That's where you know all of these things. So they should go back to their constituencies, I don't know whether to say on an annual basis, no, not annual, on a monthly basis or something.
But they usually do have constituency offices where they're supposed to go back to and get feedback on what the needs of the people are. This has been the case since at least 1999. So having constituency offices and going back, is that a guarantee that they're going to work?
That's not a guarantee, actually.
Yeah.
They just have offices, people go there to complain and all that. And most times, these complaints do not, you wonder if these complaints even get to the senators themselves, But now, things should be different. We are really, really open and praying with them, and we know that things would change in this country. So they should not let us down.